Our city, our region, and our nation are facing a challenge unlike any of us have experienced with this rising threat from the COVID-19 virus. In response, we're being asked to add new terms to our vocabulary, such as social distancing and self-quarantine. This is a time of great uncertainty and anxiety for all of us. I want to take a moment to assure you that the City of Chesapeake and our community partners are working hard to meet each new challenge. City staff are working hand in hand with the Chesapeake Health Department, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and Chesapeake's many private healthcare providers to craft response strategies that will hopefully lessen the virus impact. The situation is changing rapidly, as fast as the virus itself can spread. We continue to learn more about what it affects, who it affects, and how it will ultimately impact us as a community. This new buzz term from all of this is social distancing. Let's talk about that for just a moment. Social distancing is a proven strategy against this virus. Let me give you an example. My son and his family are stationed in Taiwan today. 2 months ago, the virus started over there. They implemented similar protocols in response, and today, while they haven't completely eradicated the virus, it isn't growing at the pace that other countries are experiencing. In fact, in many ways, life there has returned to normal. And that's what we're working towards. That's why it's the right thing to do to close schools and city facilities and to limit large gatherings. Of course, these actions disrupt our lives in so many different ways. But these actions are necessary, and our prayers are that we'll return to normal as soon as possible. Chesapeake can and will come through this unprecedented pandemic. Creative thinking, meeting challenges head on, and coming together as a community have been a benchmark for our city throughout our 57-year history. COVID-19 is testing us like nothing before, but I'm confident that Chesapeake can weather whatever this virus sends our way. We will be. So I'll ask you to be safe, be well, and wash those hands, please.
That message from Chesapeake Mayor Rick West to start us off this week. Welcome to this edition of Chesapeake Weekly. Our focus for this week is all COVID-19, the coronavirus. You already know the basics. Avoid large gatherings, wash your hands, stay home if you're sick. If you have specific questions about the virus, there is a regional hotline available now. You can call them at 757-683-2745 from 8 to 6 every weekday. Now for city services, first of all, there are a lot of closures and schedule changes to speak of, and this is a very fluid event. So for the latest, most up-to-date information, visit our dedicated webpage, cityofchesapeake.net/COVID-19. All city offices and facilities are closed to the public through March 27th. City employees are still reporting to work, and all essential city services, including emergency response and trash and recycling collection, will be maintained. You can do a lot of city business online at cityofchesapeake.net/online services. Now, if you're not sure how to get something done, just call our customer contact center at 382-2489 during normal operating hours. Chesapeake Public Schools are closed to all students through March 27th. Governor Ralph Northam announced last week that all K-12 schools in Virginia must close for a period of 2 weeks. Schools are an invaluable resource to children and families for so much more than just learning. School officials continue to work hard to provide basic services as much as possible. Here's a message from Superintendent Dr. Jared Cotton with more.
I wanted to take a moment to share some important information and express my gratitude for your flexibility, support, and collective efforts. I know many of our students, families, and staff are feeling anxiety and stress as a result of the COVID-19 outbreak. In times of uncertainty, our children look to the trusted adults in their lives for security and guidance. As we continue to work together, every member of our community plays an important role. We want you to be aware of several resources that are available to assist our families. Our district has prepared learning plans that prioritize our instructional focus areas during this closure. These plans provide a variety of at-home learning experiences for our students. We encourage students to work on these activities at a pace that is best for each family. We understand these plans do not cover all content areas and will continue to post additional resources on our website in the weeks ahead. We know that many of our families depend on our schools for consistent student meals. Grab-and-go meals are being distributed to all students 18 and under at 6 of our school sites, and we will continue to work with our community partners to help connect families with additional resources they may need during the extended closure. This is an unprecedented situation. We know that providing accurate and timely communication is critical. We will continue to provide updates using the Parent Alert System, our website, and official Twitter account to share information with you as it becomes available. We know you have questions. We encourage you to reach out to us using the COVID-19 Questions tab located on our website at www.cpschools.com. This situation remains fluid, but we will work to provide answers to you as quickly as we can. Our community values are being tested in times like these. We must continue to be united and support each other. As a school family, we will continue to demonstrate compassion and care as our greater community navigates this global health challenge. The safety and well-being of our students and staff remains our top priority. Thank you again for your patience and support.
For the latest information on Chesapeake Public Schools, visit cpschools.com or follow them on Twitter at cpschoolsva. Even though this pandemic is unlike anything our city has seen before, we are prepared to respond. A big part of that preparation comes through training in the Incident Command System through FEMA. The Incident Command System, or ICS, is a standardized approach to the command, control, and coordination of emergency response. It lays out the framework for how we as a city, region, or state handle emergencies. No one knows more about this than Chesapeake's Emergency Management Coordinator and Fire Chief Ed Elliott.
Last week we started establishing a unified command for the city of Chesapeake. And unified command has the city government, it has Chesapeake Public Health, it has Chesapeake Regional Medical Center, has Chesapeake Public Schools, as well as a lot of our other partners and stakeholders within the city and the region. So we've been meeting since last week preparing for this. The Unified Command meets on a regular basis through conference calls, face-to-face, to make sure that all of our actions, decisions are coordinated within the city of Chesapeake. I would think the most important message that we can get to our public and our businesses is that the city of Chesapeake and Unified Command is really been proactive in preparing for this. We're taking every necessary step, every necessary precaution. We've been communicating, collaborating to make sure that the city stays safe. Our overarching goal for the public is to, number one, ensure their health and well-being. Number two is to prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus throughout the community. We're working to do that. And then alongside of that is we've committed to continue to provide City of Chesapeake government services to the citizens. We understand that life goes on and permits need to be issued, and all the city business that we do, we just cannot stop providing that to the citizens. And even though the facilities are physically closed, we're looking at creative, innovative ways that we can still provide the highest level of service to the citizens in spite of the circumstances around us.
All libraries are closed through March 27th. Luckily, there are a ton of digital alternatives available for free at infopeak.org. Here's Chesapeake Public Library Director Amanda Jackson with more.
What we're doing right now, because we know a lot of people may not have library cards, and how can they get one? You can simply call into our libraries, any of our libraries, whichever one is the most convenient for you, and we can issue you an e-card over the phone. That way, when you go to infopeak.org, you can access ebooks, both in kids and adults. You can access movies. We've got a great website called Canopy that's now offering a lot of kids' movies for free during this time. You can listen to audiobooks and do that as a family. We have a lot of really interesting resources for things like homework help, test prep, to keep our kids engaged while they're not in schools. You can also do, if you're just looking for something to occupy the time of you and your family, there's a website that we have called Creative Bug, and this offers a lot of crafts that you can do at home. We've also got our Facebook page, so I encourage everybody to like our Facebook page, because we're going to start rolling out some things like online classes, online story times, things just to interact with the public while they can't interact with us in the more traditional way.
All community centers are also closed through March 27th, and many events over the next few weeks are being canceled. We're doing our best to keep everything updated on the city's website, but if you have any doubts, be sure to reach out to the event organizer before attending. You can still enjoy parks and playgrounds for unorganized play. And the topic we never could have predicted we'd need to talk about in relation to a respiratory virus, your toilet. If you are one of the many people who have run out of toilet paper and found nothing but empty shelves at the store, Public Utilities wants you to know that if it's not toilet paper, it's not flushable.
The wipes are not designed to break down. They're much more durable than toilet paper, so then they stay intact. Wipes, paper towels, they all stay intact, and they'll make it all the way to a wastewater treatment plant through multiple pump stations. If they pass through completely, they'll come through intact. I have personally raked wipes off the bar screen at the front end of a wastewater plant, and some of those wipes had made it through multiple pumps, but more of them don't. They get stuck in the pumps, they clog the pumps, they bind them up. They clog the sewer lines because they don't dissolve, they don't come apart. The word that we use in the business is dispersible. They are not dispersible, so they don't come apart like toilet paper eventually does.
If you're going to put them in a bag and throw them in the trash, should you put them in recycling or put them in just regular garbage?
Definitely put them in the regular trash, in the trash can. Do not put them in recycling. They're certainly not recyclable. Okay.
Juergens also had an update for us on how they're handling water shutoffs during this time of need for so many in our community.
During the course of this response period, we will not be turning customers off for delinquent accounts. We will reevaluate in several weeks, where the response period goes. We will be providing all of our normal services for turn on for new customers, for emergency response if a customer has a leak and they need to have their line turned off for that reason. We will be receiving billing. I encourage everybody to go ahead and pay your bill as normal, because we will continue to do our normal meter reading and billing. So really the biggest thing we won't be doing is turning off delinquent customers, and then we won't have the in-person face-to-face contact. So we have a drop box in the parking lot at City Hall on the east side of City Hall. If you have to bring documents to us, put those documents in that drop box in the City Hall parking lot. You never have to get out of your vehicle. You don't have to come in contact with any other people or customers or city employees, anybody, and we can still get documents to us. We also accept all of those documents by scanning, by emailing, by faxing, through other mechanisms like that, and so we can accept those those electronic documents as well. So you don't have to come into City Hall. For folks paying their bills, they can go to the standard HRSD website, pay their bills by phone, pay their bills online, so we can still do all of the normal bill payment except for people coming into City Hall and doing it in person.
This situation is fast-moving and fast-changing, which we recognize is not best addressed on a weekly show. So we want to send you to the official information sources that will be updated in real time. We also ask that you practice social media responsibility and only share information from trusted sources. Here are a few to add to your list. For school updates, visit cpschools.com or follow them on Twitter @cpschoolsva. For library information and access to their digital offerings, visit infopeak.org. For virus-specific questions, visit vdh.virginia.gov/coronavirus or call the hotline at 757-683-2745. For access to online city services, visit cityofchesapeake.net/online services. And for all city updates, visit cityofchesapeake.net/COVID-19 or follow us on Facebook @CityofChesapeake or on Twitter @AboutChesapeake. That does it for this edition of Chesapeake Weekly. We wish everyone good health, and we will be right back here next week, so we'll see you then.